These are revelations from the ongoing probe of the interim management of the Niger Delta Development Commission continues to elicit various reactions among Nigerians. While some say that the probe itself is a distraction, others are saying that what is unfolding is a gruesome tragedy for Nigeria. Let's get your reaction on this entire circus.
Yes, it's unbelievable what Buhari and his thieving colleagues are doing to the country. They are stealing, like they are in a rat race. They seem to be, the way they are stealing, it's like they are not sure whether the president will be able to make it up to 2023 because they seem to be in serious hurry, and this calls to question whether Buhari wants to run for another term, because what do they need all this money for? Again, I am convinced that the president is aware, he's mindful of all the looting. He's the one that sanctioned it. These guys are stealing on his behalf. Because how then can you explain all that is going on if the president is not aware? Then why is Akpabio still a minister? Why is the MD of NDDC still in power? It means that the president is the one that is sending them on this looting errand. They're only running the errand of the president. So don't be deceived by anybody that tell you, oh, Buhari is not. No, but they are stealing for the president. He's the one that appointed them. The buck always stops at the table of the president. Under Jonathan, every looting that happened under Jonathan, we say Jonathan stole. So why should it be different under Buhari? Buhari is the one looting all this money. This money is meant for him. Is either the money is meant for him or they keep stockpiling money for 2023. Because every day, every blessed day we hear of looting. The NDDC thing is shocking. Because how can you justify, these guys just sit down, they've looted 80-something billion naira during the pandemic. It's just crazy. Again, look at, imagine the minister, the MD coming to faint. Who do they think they are deceiving? You understand? It's crazy that even the minister came, instead of defending the allegation of corruption, he said, no, even the Senate too, you are part of it, the House of Reps, you are all part of it. So you can imagine how they've trivialized issues. Look at yesterday, Ngige was being alleged of corruption. Instead of answering the issue, he turned around and was insulting Faleke and saying, I'm the age mate of your mentor in Lagos. I'm older than all of you. Even you, Faleke, I'm 7 years older. Look at what these guys have reduced governance to. And a simple issue that there are issues of corruption, allegation against you. Look at the humanitarian minister. She just opened her mouth. We have shared $2 billion. Provide proof. Where is the record? No record. We just shared the money. So the president is in on this. The president is the one that is behind all this looting. So we must call out Buhari. We have no business with the MD of NDDC because we didn't elect him. We elected the president. We have no business with the minister because the minister was not elected. So if the minister is looting, we must hold the person who is responsible, which is Buhari is the one that's responsible for all the looting. So all this money they are stealing it for Buhari. So we should ask Buhari to refund the money. So but
the presidency may take you up on that. I mean, owing to the fact that the president himself actually called for the forensic audit of the NDDC, this panel probe is at the instance of the presidency. I mean, what will you say about that?
Yeah, they can take me on that. I will welcome them. You understand? Taking me on. It's simple. On the issue of Magu, look at all the kind of billions, outrageous sums of money. Will you tell me that all this thing is going on and the president is not aware? So these things were going on for years. The president is not aware. So what does that say about his character as a leader? Is it possible for me to have a company? I have a company. I employ staffs. They are stealing the money in my company. I can see the money going, leaving. The CBN, this transaction, all this money that is disappearing in the NDDC, these are loans. All this money that they are stealing in NDDC, where did the money come from? Is it not the loan that Buhari is collecting? Now Buhari wants to collect another 4 trillion naira loan, fresh loan. So you are collecting loan so that your appointees can loot and steal. And you are telling me that, we should excuse the president. How can any reasonable person excuse the president? These people are working for the president. They are carrying out his instruction. He's the one that is sending them to go and loot all this money in NDDC. And in everywhere where they are looting the money. So the president is to blame.
If you have to look at it, it's really amazing, and it's quite ironical that even the presidency is watching over this, and it's not intervening at this point in time. Earlier on, you expected that the presidency, and there are calls from different sections of the country, that the Senator Godswill Akpabio should have been suspended at this point in time, so that an interim management take over, so an independent body to oversee NDDC while the probe continues. This is being canvassed by a lot of people. I mean, why is the presidency holding back from actually taking more proactive actions in this regard?
I can take a bet on it, my brother, that Godswill Akpabio is not going anywhere. I can take a bet on it any day, anytime. Godswill Akpabio is carrying out the instruction of the president, and they are, as far as the president is concerned, they are doing a fantastic job. He is happy with all the things that they are doing. And if you look at how Godswill Akpabio was brought in, they brought him in for the election, and he's doing a perfect job. These guys are keeping money for election. So you can't say if I send you on an errand, Gomez, and you have effectively carried out the errand I send you to. So you imagine me now sacking you. Sack you for a job well done. How can I sack you? In fact, I will secretly commend you and say, don't mind them, those Nigerians, they are just jokers. After 2 or 3 days, they will forget. So, and the president is very happy with Godswill Akpabio, I must say. Now, I can take a bet on it that he's the one that is sending them on all these errands. So, Nigerians should not expect that the president will sack somebody that he sent on an errand. I am convinced in my mind that they are working for the president. They are his appointees, for God's sake. So if they are culpable in any way, then the president is culpable. So let us also get your, because tragically, even the EFCC is itself bogged down earlier on. Cast a spotlight on them, considering the upheaval of abuse of office, and the EFCC itself lacks the spine to lead the presidential intervention. If there could be any, what's your take on it? Can a thief catch a thief? It's not possible, my brother. The president came. He has been out of power for a long time. He was very hungry, and he was desperate for power. He came to Aso Rock with spoon, knife, cutleries in his pocket, and so you can see from the conduct of both himself, his immediate aides. Saharatv did a report of how this guy stole almost over 300 billion through fertilizer scam. Then again, Saharatv did another report of the president's immediate aides, Tunde and others, his immediate aides. They stole so much, they've been alleged of corruption in the Ministry of Power. So it's the president that is doing it, it's not his aides. So the president came in hungry, and he's recuperating, he's stockpiling money for generations yet unborn. So the president is to blame for all the corruption. Under Jonathan, under PDP, we blame Jonathan for every corruption. So the rules and the rules of engagement must not change. We must blame Buhari for every single corrupt practice under his government. These people that he appointed, is the one sending them on this errand, and they are simply carrying out his instructions to the letter. So I am very sure that the president is very happy with all the corruption that has happened in the FCC. He's very pleased and happy with all the corruption in NDDC. In every other place, whether it be the fertilizer scam, whether it be the corruption in the Ministry of Power, the president is very pleased. The president, is doing very well in these issues.
Let us also get your view on this. Do you think this probe will achieve anything, or is this going to be another circus or an exercise to sweep things under the rug? As we have seen in the recent past, for example, the Elumelu House panel on power contracts in 2009, which the recommendations was ditched, and those who were indicted walked free. Not to talk of the 16 billion dollars that President Buhari asked Obasanjo. You spent the same exactly on power. Where's the power? Not to talk of the probe triggered by Femi Otedola when he accused members of demanding cash for reprieve in a probe. So are we seeing that happening again in this system?
Nothing is going to come out of it. Nothing whatsoever is going to come out of it. Ironically, is it not funny that Saharatv is in jail while Ojus Okalu is in the hallowed chamber legislating? Is it not funny that Saharatv is in jail? It's somebody who collected money. And the Dasuki that gave him the money is in his house in Azokoro enjoying life. You know, so what an irony. Jonathan is working freely. He was still with the president a few days ago. There's a man that authorized the dispensing of money to Saharatv, who is now in Kuje prison. So you can see that it's a paradox. Anyhow you look at it, there is no way that you can explain or justify, the abnormalities going on in the country. And anyhow, again, you look at it, one thing is clear, that nothing whatsoever is going to come out of all this probe. The reason why you're seeing this House of Reps, Senate probe is that some people are unhappy that they didn't get their own share of the money. So there is a little tussle here and there, and that's why you can hear, oh, Honorable Minister, it's okay, off the mic. Because these guys will go back to go and negotiate that, oh, now we have caught you. You must bring our share. Blah, 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 blah. And that is the end of the matter. Look at Magu. Magu is free. Magu is not giving press conferences. So, anyhow you look at it, Buhari just came to waste the time of this country, and further, destroyed our economy. You can see he wants to take 4 trillion new fresh loan. After all the loans that have been taken, close to $80 billion, cannot account for anything. There's no infrastructure project anywhere in the country. These guys just came to waste our time, and the collective aspirations of the Nigerian people. So anyhow you look at it, I am convinced in my mind that nothing is going to come out of any probe. Nothing came out of the Obasanjo power probe, and all the other probe in 2008, the Femi Otedo. Nothing is going to come out of these ones. In fact, tomorrow, Magu is going to contest for an elective office because he has so much money. Then he will come again and be preaching to us how to fight corruption. He will be preaching to us. Look at Rotimi Amechi, for instance. These are people who preach to Nigerians about, look at Akpabio. Akpabio can stay on the podium and preach to people that, oh, this is how, to be a good citizen of Nigeria. The MD who fainted, tomorrow he will go and run for governor and preach to us that, in fact, he will become the new moral compass of the country. So that's the kind of country that we live in, where anything goes. So I don't see anything, coming out of these probes.
Finally, is there a fundamental need to reposition the NDDC at this time, or has the commission outlived its usefulness?
Yes, I believe that the purpose and the objectives for which the commission was set up for has been defeated, and therefore, either a name change or some rejuvenation of some sort. But this present gang of armed robbers and bandits, they're just stealing and looting the agency dry, cannot be left to continue to, loot the collective wealth of the people. Imagine the commission, its management staff coming on air to say they shared 1.5 billion naira to themselves as palliatives. Imagine that money. You can give 1,500 naira to 1 million Niger Deltans with that money, with that 1.5 billion. But a few people sat down in a room, shared the money and said, we give ourselves palliatives. And they are collecting salary. People who are collecting salary, who are collecting all manner of allowances, who said they spent 300 and something million naira on Impress, who were collecting hundreds of millions for travel allowances, still had the guts and the temerity to say they share 1.5 billion naira to them. That is close to $4 million, for God's sake. So how can anything meaningful come out from that kind of an agency?